What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. This is the place oppression burns to pieces, to ash, to dust. It smolders as we toast our J's and our fucking glasses of whatever as we watch the empire burn. This is what we celebrate over here. I'd like to welcome y'all to the place where we celebrate such things. How's everybody doing? Apologies for the delay. We are Negroes. We make no apologies for that. So we thank all those who have remained and been here and continue to be here. Renee Johnston, what'd you put under my joint here? Kim. Oh, yes. Wait, hold on, girl. You know I can't half-ass read. Shout out to Renee Johnston. Saturdays with Renee, Black Liberation Media, 11 a.m. Saturdays. Be sure to check that out. So y'all, because tonight's a fucking bummer, state of Missouri executed Marcellus Williams after the U.S. Supreme Court denied his appeal. This after overwhelming and compelling evidence to free him, to exonerate him from a 1998 murder conviction, went all but ignored by all those in power who could have actually done something about it, including the Missouri governor, including the U.S. Supreme Court, and in my opinion, including President Joe Biden. Where was the Democratic presidential nominee, former prosecutor, right? Top cop, the one who is supposed to execute justice in our legal system? Where was your homie? Where was your friend? Where was your little ski wee buddy? Where was her? Where was Cop Mala? She say word one about Marcellus Williams? She used her influence or her power in any way to spare an innocent person's life from the arcane death penalty that this uncivilized country continues to dispense at disproportionate racial rates? Did Kamala stretch her long throat to say any fucking thing about it? Did she wield her considerable political power to try to do anything or to persuade Joe Biden, the Biden White House, to intercede in any way? Of all the legal options potentially that could have been on the table for Marcellus Williams, not one did I hear even mention the president, right? And if I'm not mistaken, wouldn't the president have the ultimate authority? I suppose, even somewhat lateral to the U.S. Supreme Court, wouldn't the president have the authority to either commute his sentence or stay his execution? While I'm not 100% certain, I find it highly unlikely that Joe Biden would have been powerless to do nothing. I believe something could have been done from the White House, and he chose not to. Kamala chose not to. So, when all your little Democrat friends, and y'all might not the fire fam, of course, we may have an errant liberal wander their way in here by accident. But for y'all liberals, for y'all errant, wayward fucking Democrats, and of course it goes for Republicans, but really without saying, it's Democrats that are decrying the rise of fascism should Trump become elected. Well, an innocent black man was just executed by the state with DNA evidence to prove his innocence, in spite of the same prosecutor's office that put him in fucking jail now doing a 180. Oh, no. We want to see this sentence overturned. We want to see justice. Oh, now your office dispenses justice in 2024, Wesley Bell? I don't believe that. He may have had something to say / do on this, but of course, when did he stretch his throat? When it was too fucking late. So this is America. This is your democracy under Democrats. Innocent men get put to death in 2024. Not in 1964, not in 1944, not in 1914. In big 21st century, with a Democrat in the White House and the first black woman seeking to capture the White House ever under that same Democratic ticket, under that Democratic party. Where the fuck were they? Will, do me a favor. Can you go to the doc, my good brother? I have put a video up there with a time code. Let me know when you have it up there, please, and thank you. Because gang, I'm not gonna hold you. And shamefully, I only became aware of Marcellus Williams' case maybe a week or so ago. And that is my bad in many ways. However, um my empathy and heart went out to him and his family immediately upon becoming aware of the details and the circumstances of his case and his conviction and the efforts, those that were trying gallantly to save his life, and to just see the cold indifference to innocence in the spirit of upholding a conviction. That's probably why Kamala ain't say shit, to be honest. She's a prosecutor.
Ready.
So this is coming from St. Louis station. What's the TV station? Will, my apologies, just so we can credit Jesus. Somebody in fucking St. Louis. It don't matter.
Hold on 1 second.
They'll ding us.
KSDK
Channel 2, right?
News. Yes, I did not make that up. KSDK News. Yep. Channel 5.
Oh, Channel 5, KSDK 5.
NBC now, affiliate.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, I say, oh, okay, like that makes a fucking difference. Let me be clear. Okay. All these mainstream outlets, garbage. Okay. But they were at or outside of the jail, or the location where Mr. Williams was, and where he where the state murdered him, took his life. So let's get that coverage. Will, let's see what these folks talk about out of St. Louis.
Well, some people are still here behind me. This is just one of 4 rallies across the state. Some will be heading up to Bonne Terre to be there for the execution. They're calling this an execution watch as we inch closer to 6 o'clock. Now, earlier today, advocates dropped off a petition and rallied at the state capitol in Jefferson City. The group Missourians to Abolish the Death Penalty say they had received more than 1.5 million people signing that petition. However, the Missouri Supreme Court and Governor Mike Parson already made their decision 24 hours ago. The state's highest court made a ruling yesterday saying it won't issue a stay, and Governor Parson won't grant clemency. Yesterday morning, arguments were held before the Missouri Supreme Court. Williams' attorneys argued racial bias in the original jury selection, while the state fought back, saying that's not true. A Williams attorney with the Midwest Innocent Project spoke with me earlier this morning.
We don't see this happen, where a prosecutor comes forward, where the jurors come forward, where the victims come forward and say, we don't want an execution, but the state is doing it anyway. The question is, what does this serve? How can that be part of our criminal justice system? This is entirely unique.
So, Justina, is there any indication when the U.S. Supreme Court might rule?
We're told it could be any moment before the execution, but one criminal justice expert tells me that we might not hear from them at all. Reporting live, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
I can appreciate Mr. Williams. I suppose his supporters right there. I'm not sure if the person speaking was from the Innocent Project or not. I'm sorry, I didn't get their title. But to say, for the prosecutors to come forward to say that they don't want this execution to happen, for the jurors to come forward, for the victim's family to come forward and say that they don't want this execution to happen, it boggles my mind. If there was all this evidence, right, all this proof that some years later, a prosecutor, former jurors, family of the victim can realize that this man is innocent, but yet that wasn't obvious when he was tried and convicted. I'm in confusion. I mean, I'm not in confusion because I understand that the criminal and justice system is meant to do exactly what it has done here in Marcellus's case, and that is to put black bodies, especially in jail, for guilt, innocence. Who the fuck? What difference does that shit make? Who cares? Since when did America ever start giving a fuck about the guilt or innocence of black people when it comes to executing their belief in what justice, or many times vengeance, or worser, retribution, worser still, the nearest Negro that they could get a rope around, right? Like let's but it sounds to me as though the original prosecutors clearly had a shitty case. And because of very likely racial bias in the jury itself or in jury selection, which I remind you guys on occasion, I lived in St. Louis. I have never experienced racism like that. Oh, the white folks in Missouri? These niggas is different, okay? They different. And you feel that racism out there as a black person, especially if you are not accustomed to that version of racism. You feel racism all over this country if you're black, but it hits in different ways. It has a different texture. It tastes a little different, smells a little different. It's a little differently weighted in the air. And I'm telling you, that Missouri, that motherfucking St. Louis racism, shit. I had no doubt in my mind that black man likely did not stand a chance in a jury of his peers, as it were, out of St. Louis County. So again, I'm sorry. Democracy? This piece of shit? This shithole country? You're kidding me, right? That the whole Congressional Black Caucus was down here, the fucking stepping in the name of love or whatever them niggas was doing to fall all over themselves, electric sliding and shit all over the place for Cop Mala, doing the wobble and shit for Cop Mala. To do what? This shit? She couldn't even take her for an innocent black person, a demonstrably innocent black person. Did Kamala, did she open her fucking teeth? Did she part her teeth at all to say a word? Except she's probably going to be asked about it now. She's going to have all kinds of condolences for the family and da-da-da-da-da. And under my administration, this type of shit won't happen. Bitch, it's happening under your boss's administration. Ergo, your administration also. What are we saying? What are we doing? If you're a Democrat, how the fuck can you sit there with a straight goddamn face and say that things will improve under Kamala? Or even worse, how can you sit there with a straight face and say that shit is going to get worse under Trump? Yeah, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse either way, okay? Because the reality is that it's pretty goddamn bad right now. Shame on this country, a pox on this country. Will, do me a favor. I'm going to need you to put your Google fingers on. I need you to find me Reverend Wright, Reverend Jeremiah Wright. Now is a time for goddamn America. Could anybody use a goddamn America sermon in the church? Can the church say amen? Would y'all like to hear a Reverend Wright, Jeremiah? Will, can you put your YouTube fingers to work for me, my good dear brother? Let's see if we can get Rev Wright up here. Take your time, man. I'd like to thank you guys for joining me today. It's Burn It Down with Kim Brown. Thank you all so much for hanging out with your sis today. Grumpy as I am, distressed in my soul as I continue to be. Also, my thoughts with the people of Lebanon. As America, ooh, look at all the fuckery. America can it even help itself from doing fuckery? can it even help itself? You ever seen a little badass kid, motherfucker can't sit still, can't keep his fingers out his nose, can't keep still. And you want to correct them, but you like, it can't fucking help himself, man. Just let him go. just let him terrorize. Just let him terrorize. There can't nothing be done. This is this country. Can't help but to terrorize everybody in sight, its own and those abroad. And for those it can't terrorize abroad directly, well, it'll send all over all the artillery, all the weaponry, all the bombardery needed to terrorize others. Over 500. Oh, I'm sorry. You got it? You ready? Oh, look at Will.
It's right, bro.
You ready? You ready for Reverend Wright?
Mm-hmm.
How long is it? How long is it?
18 seconds.
Oh, man. Well, hold on. You can find me like the 3-minute joke because I don't want to hear him just say goddamn America because my guy was dropping dropping some verses before that. I'm sorry, Will. I hate to send you back to
I'm
this.
about to say, you want to just hear this one and see if it's close. Oh, hold on. This one is 223. Let me play this one.
Oh, it's 223. All right.
Yeah.
That sounds like, yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, y'all read church. I need y'all to settle down. Settle down, everybody. Settle down. We'd like to send, for one, our solidarity and health wishes and blessings to Jeremiah, right? Who, from what I understand, is not in the best of health. But my bruv dropped bars here, everybody. So, congregation, I'd like for you all to put your hands together for our guest pastor this evening, the Reverend Dr. Jeremiah L. Wright.
Where governments lie, God does not lie. Where governments change, God does not change. And I'm through now. But let me leave you with one more thing. Governments fail. The government in this text, comprised of Caesar, Quirinius, Pontius Pilate, Pontius Pilate. The Roman government failed. The British government used to rule from east to west. The British government had a Union Jack. She colonized Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, and Hong Kong. Her navies ruled the 7 seas all the way down to the tip of Argentina in the Falklands. But the British government failed. The Russian government failed. The Japanese government failed. The German government failed. And the United States of America government, when it came to treating her citizens of Indian descent fairly, she failed. She put them on reservations. When it came to treating her citizens of Japanese descent, as long as she tries to act like she is God and she is supreme.
Pass the plate around, everybody, for Reverend Jeremiah Wright there, giving a verse, a word, a movement, a feeling, a sentiment, a mantra, a movement. When you hear these goofy people actually trying to extol the virtues of this country, I ask you to ask them, for whom are these rights and freedoms and liberties? Who are they guaranteed for? Are they for you? Are they for your children? Are they for your parents? And does that access to those rights, is that dependent upon their race, their gender, their sexual orientation, their gender expression, their ability level? Like what are these things dependent on? Because we have seen it. All that is guaranteed for America, or all that is promised to Americans and those that are in this country, or who even try to come here to this country with a dream, all that is promised, it is fake. It is smoke and mirrors. It is a deception. It does not belong to you. It doesn't. Nor does it belong to any of us. And when they try to trot out people like Kamala, like fucking Eric Adams, like Merlin Mosby, like Brandon Johnson, like Brandon Scott, like London Breed, who else they got out there? That's Negro whisperers. Barack Hussein Obama. Understand, these people are our enemies. Okay, they are. And I know that is tough for some folks to grasp and understand. But let Kamala silence, let Joe Biden silence, let Barack Obama silence on this issue, on the issue of the execution of Marcellus Williams, an innocent man wrongly convicted of murder, likely because he was Black and he fit the fucking description, right? Because that's all it takes for a conviction. That's all it takes for an on-the-street execution done by police on innocent, unarmed, law-abiding, or even armed and still law-abiding Black residents of this country. I'm not here for the upholding of the nonsense any longer, guys. We can't do it. We can't afford to do it. It still breaks my heart, that goofy clip of them folks in Chicago, unfortunately, one of my favorite places. I fucking love Chicago. Broke my heart to see them black people in Chicago talking about send them back, referring to the migrants. They're taking all of our benefits. You know, Chicago Police Department is taking your benefits, beloveds. Between police settlements that you pay for with your tax dollars, the crying from these black residents about, oh, they're taking our tax dollars, our tax dollars, our tax dollars. Where is that same energy for the Chicago Police Department when they're paying out brutality settlements? Where is that same energy when they are constructing cop cities and cop academies in your neighborhood to be deployed in your neighborhood against you and your children and your grandchildren? Where is that energy? But you mad at migrants sleeping in shelters, unable to work? You know how many of them folks really struggled with hypothermia and unhousedness last winter in Chicago, or rather even these past few winters in Chicago? Winter is coming. You may have it bad, black folks in impoverished urban areas or working class urban areas. I don't doubt that. You can't compare your situation to these people. You can't compare your situation, not even close. So my point is, like, all America is doing, all the likes of Kamala, all these black bourgeoisie, these misleadership class appointees, they're just there to drive the divide and make sure that nobody gets nothing except them. That's it. Nobody gets justice. Nobody gets resources. Nobody gets the spoils of America, which, by the way, is even kind of gross for us to even want such things. Because even as we as black folks, we as brown folks, we as marginalized people in this country, we can justifiably complain about our condition, but we are still globally in the upper class, right? We still very much, even if you are on disability, even if you're at the poverty level in America, you're likely still in the upper 10%, I would imagine, globally, right? For folks cumulatively around the world, even the worst American not doing as bad as somebody who is dealing with conditions in other places, especially in the global south, right? So even our level of state benefit, whatever we get from the state, right, to keep us housed or to assist with food or whatever, that comes at the expense of other folks around the world, right? Because we are stealing from them. America steals from them. America exploits and continues to exploit their resources and their wealth that is derived from their lands. We take that in some form or fashion, and we even as marginalized people in this country, we benefit from it. So let's not forget that either. You know what I'm saying? We kind of eat shit a little bit ourselves because we don't take into account the struggles of other folks and how our level of comfort, whatever it may be, comes at their expense. So anyway, I wanted to make tonight a bit of an AMA was my intent. But when I discovered about Marcellus being executed, I'm not sure why I had a slim optimistic expectation that, I don't know, silly of me to think that Biden Harris would have said or done anything, but they didn't. So I was bummed. So I'm like, I don't know if I have show energy. Plus, because all I had was bad fucking news. And the other thing I was going to talk about, or I kind of wanted to talk about, I'm very upset with these Democrats and the fracking issue, because it's just liberal climate denialism. You can't say that the climate is in crisis or a cataclysmic change episode and say that, oh, but fracking, it supports the economy. So drill, baby, drill. Get the fuck out my face, Kamala, and Timmy balls to the walls. Shit if. Anyway, Wilbert, I see we have some green on the screen. Can we take a moment and acknowledge our dear benefactors, our folks that have run the channel some bucks? Thank you
Of
guys
course.
so much for what you do.
Yes, thank y'all for running us some bucks. So, Weaponized Thought, thank you for your Cash App.
Hey,
S.
Billy.
Barrows, thank you.
Hey, Sandra, thank you so
Thank
much.
you for your super
Thank you,
chat.
Weaponized Thought. Thank you.
Mr. Faulty,
Hey, Mr.
thank you for
Faulty, thank
your
you.
super chat. And BLK Brew,
What's up,
we
Black Brew?
appreciate that.
What
We
it do? What it
appreciate
do? Are the
that.
people that I mean, well, are they just sending
Mhm.
money? They have no commentary with the
No, well, Mr. Faulty said never heard that in full before. These are old comments talking about stuff. So, and then thank you for covering S. Barrows.
Thank you.
That was only 2 comments. And
Okay.
then from real quick, I could just do last week real quick too.
Okay.
Last week I missed commuted. Sorry about that. Thank you for your super chat. Just saying, hey, Essential, thank you for your work. We appreciate your super chat.
Thank you.
Of course, the great KJ KJ
Sakuma. Why everybody? No, can't nobody say your name, KJ?
Yeah, because they trying to read it at the same time.
Yeah. Up every time.
And it says, take that convict uniform and sit them in a cell for the rest of their life.
Rest of their life.
That goes for every predator. And thank you, Teresa. Just saying thank you from last week.
Thank you,
My
Teresa.
apologies, but yep, those are people from the super chat. Thank y'all for all y'all support. And yep.
Thank you, Will. Thank you, Will. And thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Thank you to my wonderful mods. Thank you to Anna Hart. Thank you to Learn Live. Thank you to Latif. What's up, Courtney? What's up, Chuck Diesel? What's up, Tyler? Yeah, they said that y'all was busy last week. My bad. I didn't acknowledge my mods properly. So let me send love and deep gratitude to the moderators, because woo child, I don't know what in the hell y'all be in here dealing with, but y'all be in here dealing with it. So thank you guys. Thank you.
Real quick, one more thing.
Yo.
We got 99 people watching. Make sure y'all hit that like and sub, please, and share also.
Yes. Hey guys, we are just a couple subscribers short of 6.2K. Yay. So hit that sub button, please, and thank you, especially if you're discovering us here on the vertical stream. We appreciate you watching us on YouTube and on Twitch, BIDWKB. Thanks so much to the Twitch community, Rosalba, Deidre, the Destroyer. We thank you guys so much for what you do. And keep trying to keep us sucker free over there as well, because from what I understand, the spammers, the trollers will find their way over there. So weird. These spammers be weirdos. Well, speaking of weirdos, anyway, I do want to answer questions. I don't know if I feel like it though. I would like to. Hey, wait a minute. I see Shanette. Okay, well, wait. Maybe I can't answer some questions. But the problem is, what's up, Dr. Claw? All right, this is all right. Hey, Indigo Didi right there. All right. Well, the problem is, I don't know. I can see names really good. I don't know if I'll be able to do the questions or not. Let me think about it. Let me just move on here to something, because I haven't said. I mean, we talked about it a little bit on the Remix Morning Show, but I haven't said much about what's going on with Diddy, and there's a lot going on with Diddy. And can I tell you, when they say that karma's a motherfucker, oh man, how I wish that the folks that succumbed under his tyranny, how I wish those folks were still alive here today to see this reckoning. Hopefully they are looking down from heaven or up, depending on who we're talking about. But I hope they're looking on from the other side and understanding that, shit does catch up with you, good or bad, right? And for all of those viewing and watching and listening, may the goodness come chase you down and tackle you and smack you all about the head. If you have indeed been giving good into the world. But if you are a terrible person, I hope them shits come kicking your motherfucking door like the goddamn feds did Diddy bitch ass. And, the rumors are flying, even in terms of what his condition is behind the wall there at wherever the fuck he's being held in Brooklyn. They say it's a bad place. They said it's bad. It's bad. So Diddy, y'all know they found the pink cocaine in his hotel room when the feds came and picked him up, right? This man has been long thought to have a good sized drug abuse problem, right? So, what you think Diddy going through right now? Deep withdrawals, right? And what comes along? I mean, I don't know about the Tusi. I don't run in such circles. I thought niggas doing coke was fancy. Not no. They got pink coke. No, pink coke, bitch. You ain't up on this new shit. The Tusi. The Tusi. So Diddy off the Tusi. Who know what that Tusi withdrawal is like, right? So you think he's getting, proper medical treatment? You think he's getting attentive withdrawal care at that federal penitentiary or holding wherever the fuck he is? So I'm wondering about all the hallucinations, all the nightmares, all the body withdrawals that he's having, the mental withdrawals that he's having, and I'm just imagining a slew of ghosts, right? Biggie ghosts, Kim Porter ghosts, Tupac ghosts, Craig Mack ghosts. Like, I'm just imagining niggas is running up on him like motherfucking the ghosts of Christmas past, future, and present. Yo, this nigga's getting it right now, y'all. This is what spiritual justice looks like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it looks like earthly justice, but it's also a bit of a spiritual repayment is being done to him right now, in my belief. Now, I will say this is just my opinion and my speculation. Is just Kim talking out of her yam. Somebody is not going to survive this, and I'm not sure if it's going to be Diddy, whether or not he self unalives or somebody unalives him. Or I'm thinking somebody who could potentially be implicated in this or somehow embarrassed third hand, have some intimate association with Diddy or someone in his circle. Someone's not going to make it because of this. And I don't know who. My psychic ain't that good. I ain't that kind of intuitive. I don't claim to be intuitive, but I do be guessing shit and the shit be right sometimes. Sometimes it's not specific, sometimes it is, but my feeling is someone's not going to make it. Someone's not going to make it, and it's going to be somebody known, but I can't say who because I don't fucking know who, but I just have a feeling somebody not going to make it. But anyway, what I hope that this does, this long indictment with all of this evidence, alleged evidence against him, likely thousands of hours of film. What I really hope, while it's cute for Diddy to go down and we wish him to go down, and maybe even some other powerful people affiliated with him to go down, I encourage everybody to please go check out the content of Jaguar Wright. You want to talk about a bitch predicting shit. What I hope it does, though, is make all the lesser Diddies really uncomfortable. Dare I say afraid? Who do I mean by lesser Diddies, right? I told you guys, love to the bruvs, love to the real bruvs, love to the consent-seeking bruvs, okay? But there were aspects of Generation X mandem, absolute barbarians, right? And there were things that this time frame of dudes was able to do, get away with, conspire to commit, conspire to cover up. And I'm talking about regular asses. No, I'm not talking about no celebrities. I'm not talking about no athletes. I'm talking about regular dudes whomst when they was between the ages of 18 and 25, that's even being generous because I should say like 18 to 40, really. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt that once they exceeded a certain age of adulting, maybe they didn't indulge in such dirtball activities anymore. But when they was young, when they was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, dirtbags. And it's them. It's them who I'm hoping are so nervous and so uncomfortable. Because if somebody like Diddy can go down, right? And Diddy got money. Diddy tried to get a court's $50 million. Diddy tried to get a court's $50 million. They said, nigga, your money is no good here. To the cell, docky. Yep. I want them regular niggas to be afraid too. Because just because you forgot, just because you went on, just the same way that the survivors of Sean Combs and R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and all these people sat on these memories, sat on this knowledge of what was done to them and by whom, the way they sat on that shit for decades. And again, they didn't sit on it. Let me clean up my term. They lived with it. They survived it. They didn't just sit on it. It wasn't ever no trump card, pardon the phrase. It wasn't ever no trump card. It wasn't never something to pull out and be like, gotcha. No, it only became a time when it was safe for people to come forward and say what happened to them, right? So at the level that we're seeing survivors come forward and detail what happened to them by celebrity is the same way I love, and I mean, I love to see the bravery. I hate to see the circumstance, but it's the same way that people come forward after they were abused as children by priests or by coaches or by teachers, right? There's a segment of abusers and predators that have not quite had their reckoning yet. And I'm not sure how it's going to get started, right? I don't know if Chicks is going to go on Facebook and make Facebook groups about, were you ever assaulted by blank in X city between the years of or, and it's going to be Facebook groups with niggas' names on them. Okay. And with members of those names, right? And members joining the group to say or to inquire whether or not man, first name, last name, from blank college, blank university between the years of and Oh, that's coming. That's coming. And I can't wait. And how I deeply encourage it. Oh boy. Or, were you at X event, X festival, X picnic, or I'm just saying that time is coming. Did you work at certain specific business between the years of this year and that year? Did you work with this person? Was this person a boss? Oh, those days, it's coming. It's coming. And those dudes who know that they were rapey pieces of shit, that they were absolute scumbags, that either they themselves did, actively try to coerce or drug or set up somebody for assault. And but maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was your homeboy, right? But you knew about it because he told you all about it, right? But of course, you're not gonna say nothing because your bros over hoes. What the fuck? That's your dog, right? Who give a fuck if he rape a few bitches? That's his business. You ain't have nothing to do with that. Oh, it's coming for y'all niggas too. That's what I'm here for. That is what I hope the Diddy saga, that is the chill that I hope is running down the spines of all these I guess unassumed predators, right? Because like I said, guys, and like I ain't gotta say it. Let the world tell you. Let statistics tell you. Let crime shows tell you, baby. Because if they rape one, they rape 5. If they rape 5, they rape 20. You feel me? Like these numbers, are not a stretch, right? So, if you happen to be assaulted as a younger person, chances are that person assaulted many others besides you, right? And it's not just you, right? Not just you, likely more, likely more. And when all these survivors figure out how to get at these motherfuckers, even if it's just, and I don't mean go to his house, though that sounds delightful. I don't mean, and again, listen to me. Let me calm down. All my vengeance fantasies about to come out into the open. Let me take a breath. Let me do like ear doctor say, let me breathe before I get carried away. Oh, I don't mean that though. Don't go to nobody's house. But there are other ways. Like the social media now is replete with creative ways to mobilize folks, right? What if your abuser had a hashtag? What if your abuser got hashtag surviving first name last name? Ooh, ooh. Did you live in any town USA between the years of duh and duh? Did you attend duh high school? Did you work? Did you go to school with between the years of? Here's what happened to me. Hashtag surviving first name, last name. That's how it starts. And trust me, there are many folks, many, with stories about dirt bags that go back 20 years, 25, 30 years, that all they need is that spark. All they need is that green light that somebody else experienced what I experienced at the hands of this person. All they need is that fucking green light to go. I've played some of those stories from TikTok. I told you guys I'm deeply obsessed. Obsessed with TikTok. Y'all should see my view time. Like I don't be fucking with my phone like that because that shit's annoying. But my daily phone usage since my TikTok addiction grew, went from like 5 hours a day to like 9 hours a day. Like, I'm not going to front. I watch a lot of TikTok. TikTok is very educational and informative. And it gives regular people such a big megaphone, just the hugest opportunity to say and do things that some of them should also not be saying and doing. But the genre of outing your abuser, naming them, in some cases of videos that I played here with these in these cases young women have been validated. Why? Because their abuser went on to abuse others and got caught, and it made the news, or there was some sort of legal inquiry or accountability, or an arrest was made, and these survivors come on TikTok and be like, this person did this to me years before this incident made the news. Again, proving my point, right? Motherfuckers just get to harm repeatedly out here, unchecked, unabated, whatever. So I'm so here for that in the biggest ways, and I appreciate that, and I want to see more of that. But again, it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened yet. That collection of that very specific, that niche collection of Gen X dirt bags, they have not been collected yet. And I hope that they think that they ain't coming. Why would you think that? You ain't got Diddy money. Now you may have way more smarts than Diddy, and it's not recorded every fucking thing. But should there be some sort of adult survivors law passed in your state, dirtbags? I hope we don't have any dirtbags present. Surely we do not. But y'all can pass the word to because even if our brubs themselves are not dirtbags, tragically they know dirtbags, okay? Because you can't help it. The mandem is bad out here. The bad mandem are very numerous. They are legion, unfortunately. So all of us know some dirtbags. But my point is, you ain't Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, your shit might be coming too, and I hope it keeps you up at night. I hope even it might spur some sort of, um, I guess, apology, maybe to one of your victims. Just a thought. Just a thought, girl dads. Just a thought. If you know he's a dirtbag, and I'm sure you do, I'm sure you do, you know, you can find everyone's on Facebook or some sort of social media. You could just reach out and say they're sorry. You're sorry. And then, well, what if illegal opens me up to legal? Well, I don't know what to tell you. But if there is some sort of Adult Survivors Act in your state, you should be concerned. I encourage, and again, you know, when I say encourage, I'm not even sure if I do encourage people to follow through on such a law, even though it has seemingly proved helpful, I guess, to those people. Let's say, for example, up in New York State, where, you know, people were able to file suit not only against the likes of celebrities, but against clergy, against police officers, under the Adult Survivors Act, up in New York State. I know the court system can re-traumatize, and maybe a lot of people. That's why overwhelmingly most sexual assaults are not reported, because nobody wants to go deal with the fucking cops. Nobody wants to go deal with all the shit that goes into pressing charges, right? It is an ordeal, and it is and it can be a lengthy ordeal, right? When people are already trying to process and heal from the traumatic event, you know, in the first place. So I can understand why people do avoid the courts. But if you are so inclined, consider it. Even if you don't seek like damages, right? If you really just want a fucking apology, like I would be for that. You know what I'm saying? Put these fucking dirtbags on the record, even civilly, because oftentimes the criminal statutes have already long since passed, right? So I'm here for the accountability. I'm here for the reckoning. And I hope Diddy's exposure and future related dirtbag exposures from his circle, I hope they continue to do that. So, y'all. Let me see. I thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Listen, if you want to support us on the material tip, we will take it. Please and thank you. $ BIDWKB. Us on Cash App, Venmo at BIDWKB. Thanks so much. Patreon.com/BIDWKB and PayPal.me/BIDWKB. Your material support is deeply appreciated. We are Black woman-led independent media. We speak independently. We support and endorse the words of Reverend Jeremiah Wright, as so beautifully and eloquently preached to us earlier. So if those are your sentiments, run us some bucks. you can run us some dollars. Don't send them dollars to Cop Mila. She don't need your fucking money. Do run the dollars, though, to independent third-party candidates running the slate of open seats in this year's election, not just at the presidential level, but including the presidential level as well. Where else? What are we doing here? I don't know. Don't want to ask any questions. Oh, what's up, Ditso? Dan, thank you so much for joining us all the way from the place where I wish I was. Why am I not there? Did so for with you showing us around the beautiful Costa Rica? Free, give us free. Do you have everybody got their passport? If you don't, can I recommend that you please go get your freedom papers, and not even say that they are necessarily your freedom papers, but don't you want the option to get the fuck out of Dodge if if it should warrant, don't you want don't you want the option to be, I mean, at least go over to fucking shitty Canada, right? No disrespect. I mean, shout out to no, we disrespect Canada because Canada, they big neo, the fucking colonizers over there too. So it is a little cleaner though. I can't call it shitty. It's a cleaner colonizer, as it were, even though they are wrecking the natural resources in Canada too. It is deeply shameful, but it's all shameful. It's so fucking shameful. Let us not live to see such times. We are here living to see such times. So what are we going to do about it? At most, well, pardon me, at minimum, we dissent. we say nay. We say no. We do not remain silent. You know what I'm saying? We will not be the silent majority. At minimum, we will say, nah, Joe, that's a no. That's a no. And for those that can do. And for those that cannot, we will support the ones that can do. Yeah. So let's do that. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all this. We're gonna do this. Wilbert, I'm gonna call upon you for your James Earl Jones stylings. Rise and power to the God. You don't have to turn your camera on. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take 20 questions. And listen, I don't care what kind of questions either. To my mods, y'all be easy, okay? Even if it's a fucking goofball ass question, I'm taking all questions, okay? 20 questions. The first 20 questions, we'll get 20 answers. And even if so if we don't get 20 questions, nigga, I don't give a fuck what number it is. we're gonna take the number at which we receive, but it will not exceed 20. So we will take 20 questions. So we'll need.
Can we get a like hashtag BIW,
Okay.
BIDWKB so we can, differentiate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all, okay, hold on.
Kim.
Say what? Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. Ask Kim. Hashtag ask Kim. So
cool.
The joints that come up after now. Sorry if you threw one up there early. So you gotta wait for the directions. Hashtag ask Kim. I'm taking 20 questions. I don't give a fuck what the questions are. Mods, be easy. Even if it's a fucking goofball ass asking a fucking goofball ass question, we will allow it, beloveds, because why? We want to encourage the algorithm because YouTube is what? A whole hating ass hoe. That is correct. So we're gonna even let the trolls cook if they in here cooking. If they feeling spicy, well, spice it up. We know y'all can barely do that. Beyond salt and pepper, then you start to get flushed and shit and break out. What's up?
None yet.
No, nothing yet. Okay, well, listen, if y'all scared, then that's fine. I don't mind that either.
But he said he said we limited on characters. He must got a doozy.
Oh Lord, limited on characters. Wait a second.
Nah. Hashtag ask Kim. When was the last time you drove a car and do you miss driving?
What a great question. That is a great question. I'm going to guess, here we are in 2024. I'm going to guess 2020-ish. I guess I could look at my former license see when I got that joint, because my joint expired, and and they was nice at the DMV. They were like, "You want to take the eye test?" I said, okay. if it make you feel better, sure. And that's the wild thing. So what my good joint, I was rocking and rolling. What my bad joint was not rocking nor rolling. So they had to and to answer your question, I miss the shit out of driving. I love to drive long distances by myself. I'll give you guys some of my quick solo trips, of which I am deeply proud of myself. Right, honorable mentions to my weekends back and forth from Philly to home. When I was in school, I would drive home every single weekend from Philly or catch the bus. But once I got my car, I was pushing them wheels in that I-95 traffic every holiday weekend, sitting bumper to bumper traffic, motherfucking Thanksgiving, Easter, Memorial Day, all that shit. But I made, I think, 3 or 4 trips to Toronto by myself. That's 10 hours one way, dolo, and back. Okay, 10 hours, dolo. Even one of them joints I even did at night. How did I do that? Because I'm a bad bitch. That's how. I also drove to Little Rock and back by myself, 15 hours. Yep, that was 15 hours. Also drove myself home from Kansas City one way by myself from Kansas City, Missouri, back to Maryland. I think I was also a 15-hour trip. How'd I do that? Again, bad bitchery, get familiar. So yes, I do miss driving. I valued the independence that that driving was able to bring me. And there are so many things that I would not have done if I could not have driven myself, right? There's so much, so many concerts, so many events, so many marches. Because a lot of times I would go to shows alone, I would go to protests alone. And if I couldn't drive myself, I wouldn't have went. So I do miss driving. That's a great question. Whoever asked that, thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Next one is how's Bagheera?
Great question. Question 2. Bagheera is, here we are, what, September 24th? She's about 7 weeks away from her 16th birthday. For those that do not know, I have a very old pit bull. Her name is Bagheera Brown. Also a bad bitch in her own right. I mean, legit. Bagheera, if Bagheera was a person, she'd be in jail or she'd have got locked up. She may not be currently in jail. She made a, she might have made parole by now or some shit. But if she'd have been a person, she'd have absolutely been locked up for assault, multiple assaults, unprovoked assaults. But and she is 15 years old and almost 15 years, 11 months old. Now, Bagheera has recently, and I do mean as in the past couple of days, began to use doggy diapers because mommy is tired of cleaning up behind an elderly semi-incontinent dog. So the diapers are on her. And I thought that she would protest, and she hasn't fully protested. I think she gets it, right? I think she gets it. And I think the diapers actually help to reinforce her lower back a little bit. So I actually think she finds them kind of comfortable. But aside from that, Bagheera's doing great. Actually, she eats like a pig. And where should I post a video, guys? Where would you guys appreciate to see a Bagheera video? I'm bad at other social media outlets. I don't know what the fuck to do. But if I could show you guys Bagheera knucking and bucking at other dogs as she hangs out on the porch outside, every single dog that barks by, she got smoke for. She has smoke for every dog walking by. So I want you to compare this to an old woman, right? So I think in dog years, Bagheera is about 100, in the dog years and the human years, she'd be 110, right? Imagine a 110-year-old woman out on the front porch yelling at people as they walk by. As they walk by, just minding their business. And here come this old crazy lady just screaming. Like that's her. So thank you very much for the question. Bagheera is doing great. She's giving me no indication that she has departure plans, even though she is 1,000 years old. She is in very good condition. She can hear, she can see, she eats, she has her teeth. She's doing fantastic. It's amazing. So thank you guys very much for asking about Bagheera.
So we got one from the good bruv, Infinite Impatience. Ask him. Good news. Stevie will be on. Stevie will be in Philly on the 12th and in Baltimore on the 15th. You going? He said, "What's up?"
Now, Infinite, that "what's up" is pretty loaded. We go, what does that "what's up" mean? Is that an invitation? Are you just informing me that Stevie is coming? Are you inviting me to the Stevie show? Are you giving me an option between the Philly and Baltimore show? Are you saying that I have choices here? Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, my good bruv. I love Stevie, and I am very grateful and appreciative that I have seen Stevie Wonder in concert at all. I say only shit. I seen him once, and it was dope sauce. The Songs in the Key of Life tour. Me and Momo went to see that shit. It was jamming all around, no flaws, no flaw. Even the restarts on the songs for Lawless, Jesus. So Infinite. If you're inviting me, we can have a conversation. We can have a conversation. But unfortunately, malheureusement, I ain't got snaps on the petro for Stevie. You know what I'm saying? And I know Stevie gonna want all of his. And unfortunately, this time of year I do not have it for Stevie. So if you're inviting me, then we try. But that what's up? What's up? What's up, nigga? What's up? What you mean? What's up?
Ill killed Kim trying to get a ticket. Ill. She's trying to get a Stevie ticket.
But how do I know he's not offering a Stevie ticket? It sounds like that's an offer. Will, isn't that what's up loaded as fuck? Is that an offer or is that you just informing me? You just telling me?
I don't know. He said, "Is you going as a fan?" That's all he wanted to know.
Oh, well, no, I'm gonna be there in spirit as a fan. No. I send Stevie all the solidarity vibes. So
he might try to, take you out.
I'm not turning down a Stevie Wonder ticket. Period. I mean, that's it.
You gotta vlog it though.
What you want me to play hard to get out here for Stevie tickets? What? Kim, I got you a ticket.
That's
to see
the line,
Stevie.
fellas. Go straight.
I'll be there.
These Stevie tickets.
Please. Anywho,
all right, next one. Ask Kim. EYL is gonna circle back. Is EYL gonna circle back to your challenge? Are you offering your consultation in preparation?
I thought the band broke up. Are they still together? And I don't know. We doing a Destiny Child reunion tour already? What? I missed something.
Let them tell it. They broke up, then they got back together. Maybe they did the Jay-Z thing. They retired. We retired. Nah.
But we got a live coming up next month.
Oh, y'all coming, right? Yeah. Tickets on sale.
Tickets on sale.
Tickets on sale. Coming soon to you.
Man, so to answer your question, I don't know. And to be honest, I have not done my due diligence in following up and trying to continue the conversation. I just beat my head against the wall. And that's not, I'm not talking about the whole overarching issue of the patriarchy and what it's doing, to women here and children here and even men here, right? So I have not followed back up or circled back with the bros from EYL pertaining to the conversation. Will, my good brother, went in, observed a panel discussion with Bat Baltimore and Black Men Build about the issue of the patriarchy. They had that in Baltimore several weeks ago. So I'm here to support the conversations. Again, not to circle back too much to the Diddy stuff, I do find it overwhelming also as a survivor, right? Because it's like, I mean, it's the worst validation. Of course, this nigga it has harmed likely dozens, 100. Who the fuck knows? Like, so it's like I have limited capacity at this moment to even broach those conversations myself. Unrelated, but let me throw this in here because it bothered me when I saw it, and it's like, Jesus Christ. So I don't know how Cam and Mace clips got into my fucking TikTok FYP algorithm, and I don't remember asking for it. I didn't subscribe to this shit. I don't even think I liked any of the videos. Somehow I'm getting Cam and Mace videos in my For You page recommendations. And when the story of the Kenyan Olympic runner came up, and I didn't mention her story here again because it was too goddamn heartbreaking. I could not even bear to bring it up here. But a Kenyan sister who medaled at this summer's Paris Olympics when she returned home to Kenya. Apparently, she had purchased a plot of land, which was part of her dream. And her former partner, I can't remember if it was her partner, ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, not only did he kill her, but he burned her to death, right? And somehow this clip of Cam and Mace came up on my feed, and they were responding to it. And it was a whole bunch of hemming and hawing. Yo, man, you know, that's just a tragedy for that sister, yo. Like, I don't even know what else to say. And that was Mace, obviously. And then he kicked it to Cam, and you know, it's just you know, it's terrible. It's a terrible situation. It's a terrible situation. You know what I'm saying? But you know, sometimes when two people get into it, you know, me, I just walk away. You know, I just walk away. Anytime a female has gotten, you know, rowdy with me or anything, like I just walk away. And it's like, I'm like, oh my God, the ill preparedness, like our brothers, so many of our brothers are just really so fucking ill-equipped to even discuss the shit, right? This nigga talking about Cam turned that shit into a both sides. Nigga, she was set on fire. What the fuck are you talking about? You would just walk away. This ain't that. And it's just disheartening, and it's frustrating, and it's maddening, and it makes me want to pull my hair out. And as much as I want to bring and talk about some of these stories, sometimes my emotional capacity is limited to do so. But then I see, you know, some of this, you know, dude talk online, and their reaction to it is just that breaks my heart almost as much as the fucking initial incident, because it's like, goddamn, we got ways to go. If a dude sees a story about a sister being set on fire by her partner, and he talk about, well, when I get into arguments with my woman, I just walk away. Well, thank you for not setting her on fire, sir. But let us not pretend as though this shit doesn't happen in Africa, in America, in Europe, in Asia, everywhere around the globe. Women are experiencing femicide in horrific ways. So I just had to throw that in there because I was bugged. But I'm like, nigga, please stop recommending me Cam and Mace, please and thank you. So anyway, let's go on to question 5. Do we got more questions?
Good, bruv. Latif said, what are your thoughts on a classical breakdown live with the ear doctor next year?
Like a live event with Ear Doctor and I. Whoa. Well, really, Fire Fam and remixers, that question would be best suited for y'all. Would y'all come to a classical breakdown live with me and the Ear Doctor? Ooh, wait. I'm sorry. I just thought about that in my head, and it sounded like a bunch of fun. Cause he's got to play old nigga music. Nigga, if he starts playing fucking Young Thug and shit, I'm leaving. Like, bye.
I'm leaving.
What's some of that new nigga shit that I probably don't like? Will, what name somebody? Who's Pink in the Snake?
Oh, Cash Cobain.
Okay, yup, them too.
No, it's a little jiggy too. I don't know. You might. I don't know. You might get sturdy. You get sturdy, right, Kim?
Oh no, now you being funny, nigga. Oh, hilarious. Oh, you want to drop the young nigga lingo on me? Go ahead, nephew.
Sturdy. What's the new?
What's sturdy?
What's the last slang you use? Gritty. You know how to do the gritty?
Are you talking about dances?
Yeah.
Are these states of mind? What are we talking about?
I'm going to the next question. What?
Hold on, time out, nigga. I ain't gotta know this young kid shit, nigga. I ain't nobody's mama. Okay, let me underscore that. Can I underscore that in bold?
You the cool auntie though. Come on, how you the cool auntie and don't know none?
Parents need to know young nigga shit. I don't need to know young nigga shit. That is young niggas' business. Okay, I let them have their things. I don't need to be apprised of their things. Now, if I was somebody's mama, sure, gotta be all in that shit. But I have the luxury, beloved, of not having the.
So what is on your TikTok then? If young nigga shit is on your TikTok,
nigga. First
right. What else?
You're funny. For of course I follow Misandry TikTok, right? I do follow the sisters that is complaining about dudes. Don't get me wrong. I also follow. I follow in several people from Lebanon. Of course, my guy Ali Mortada. I mean, all jokes to the side. Like Ali Mortada has not posted in days. Ali Mortada, the Hezbollah fighter, who's also a journalist. Who has been reporting from the southern Lebanon for a long time. He hasn't posted in days, and I was very concerned after the pager attack occurred. I hope that he was all right and not a casualty. So, I follow him. I follow Scott Ritter, or whoever posted Scott Ritter shit. The white man that is constantly getting on the U.S. government. Who else do I follow? I follow stuff pertaining to Jaguar when Jaguar Wright is dropping shit. I don't know. I follow local news places for packages and the like. I don't follow TikTok that's dancing and shit. Like I'm not apprised of any of that. Like my shit is not that at all. I'm following a number of not Jamaican, African creators. That's how I'm apprised of the French warship that had pulled up to the Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire. And the African TikTokers, the ladies have told us that now the French warship is leaving. And see, the thing is also on TikTok, I'm not always sure who I'm following because the font is very small and I'm not always able to read the name of the creator. But there is one channel that I follow that always has like a blue background with white text on top of it. And they're always giving updates about the Sahel and about what Ibrahim Traore is doing out there in Burkina Faso. And I just saw a report detailing when the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov just came to Burkina Faso for a visit, and it was very favorable. Maybe I shouldn't say that too loud, or Anthony Blinken might hear me and say I spoke too favorably about the foreign minister's visit to Burkina Faso. So ergo, therefore. But no, I'm loving the shit out of TikTok. Like now that I have discovered African TikTok, especially. Oh, and of course, all the Diddy dirt TikTok with his security guard. What's his name? Gene something, whatever. Gene Denby. Maybe I'm saying his name wrong.
Gene Deal. Yeah.
Gene Deal. There we go. Yup. Getting all that. Getting all the Diddy dirt. All the legal legal see, now it's all coming to me. Legal fucking TikTok. The delete laws, that nigga. Getting in the cop's face. Love that. Yep.
I'm gonna get you right. I'm gonna send you the good dancing videos.
I don't want no dancing videos. I ain't nobody's mama. I keep telling you. What question is this? Are we on 5 or 6?
This 6.
Okay.
What are your thoughts? Some Dre without asked, what are your thoughts on Kamala's parents being members of the Afro-American Association, which was the precursor to the Black Panther Party? They were in the community with Huey P. Newton.
My thoughts are that values are not immediately transferred to the next generation. Like you could absolutely, and that can go in any direction. And in the irony of me, a child-free person, saying that, but as an observer of parenting and children, and also as a child of parents, sometimes, perhaps more often than we would like to believe, your values may not get transmitted to your kids. What you think is good or just or principled, or how the order of the world should go or could go, your child may see that shit completely fucking different. Like, I can only imagine. I mean, like, because to me, whatever the fuck Kamala is doing right now has to be completely counter to her parents' values, right? Like, if they had these left radical politics, which I would assume people who belong to such organizations would have, and I have not done deep dives on Kamala's parents. I can only assume they did a bad job because they're raising war criminals. So, shame on them. I don't know. But again, maybe the parents can't be held responsible for the decisions and the outcomes that their kids decide to do. But it makes you wonder, right? I mean, Kamala, like a lot of the black bourgeoisie, there's a game to be played, right? There is absolutely a specific order. If you choose to accept that particular mission, you can figure that shit out, right? Even if you don't come up in the through the Jack and Jill ranks, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't have parents that was connected or even educated for that matter, the blueprint still was there, right? Pull yourself by your bootstraps. Go to college. Join a fraternity, sorority, and join a professional organization. Don't make no goddamn waves at work. Don't fucking complain. Yes or no, sir. And play the game. Shut up. Don't speak out on politics, on political things, unless it's suits the political beliefs and the viewpoints of those, I guess, of whose service you are entrusted. You know what I'm saying? Your employer, your professional network, or whatever. Like, you can play the game to some modicum of success. And in my belief, that if you have any kind of conscience, that has got to be on some level a very soul killing endeavor, right? That's part of the reason I couldn't really bring myself to play the game. I was afraid who I was going to be afterwards, right? Was I going to be one of these fucking materialistic, backstabbing dirtbags myself had I played the game? Because I didn't like the way the people who played the game, I didn't like how they were. I didn't like their character. I didn't like the way they moved. I didn't like their behavior. I didn't like the way they talked about people. I was afraid I was going to be that if I played the game. So, no, you can do that shit. And, I hope her parents are ashamed of her. Maybe they are. And the funny thing is, if they are ashamed of her, who could they tell that to? like people with their political stripes, which I perceive to be their political stripes, surely they cannot be pleased that their daughter is about to be the head of the war machine, right? The head of US empire, the face of global white supremacy. Her, you know what I'm saying? And just because she black and she ski-wee, that don't mean that she can't be the face of global white supremacy as the head of state for the United States. So I actually imagine her parents are not proud of her at all. I would imagine on some level they're kind of horrified. It's probably some sort of dystopian, upside down, bizarro world scenario for them as well. Hope that answered your question, Dre, with or without. Thank you for your question. Lucky number 7. Do we have 7 questions? Do we have 7 questions?
Yes. Shanette asks, Kim, can we get an 80s R&B breakdown with Ear Doctor?
Be more specific, Shanette, because this is how we're doing it. This is the protocol, the format for classical breakdown. We are doing either albums, years, artists, is how I believe we're doing it. So Thursday, for example, we're doing 1993. But I'm with you on the 80s because I think I asked Ear Doctor for 1984. And I guess he didn't answer. I guess he didn't respond. So we're going to do 1993. But I'm with you. Now, if there's a particular artist, Shanette, tell me what you want. That's big 90s. Or artist or year. If there's a particular year, I go for 84. If you have a different year, I would love to hear it. Thank you, Shanette. Thank you. I'm glad you're in here, Shanette. Thank you. She was number 7. Look at that.
Yep. And Vesper X Kim, have you decided who you're voting for this election? If so, do you care to share with the class? And true Vesper.
It's going to be hard not to vote for myself, Vesper. You know how much a fan I am of me. And to be honest, when I look at the slate of candidates, especially for the Maryland Senate, we have an interesting Senate race happening in Maryland between Angela Brooks and Larry Hogan. Clearly, I am the most qualified betwixt them both. So it's going to be tough not to vote for me in that race, which I very well may do. If And it won't say if, because it really doesn't matter. Whoever third party is on the fucking ballot in Maryland, I'm a vote for them. Ain't nowhere in the world I could cast a vote for Kamala, obviously not for Trump. So if Jill Stein's on the ballot, if Dr. West is on the ballot, if Claudia De La Cruz is on the ballot, it will be a tough choice between those three. And honestly, between those three, I can't say who exactly I would vote for. I think strategically voting Green Party to help Green Party get to that certain threshold, which I kind of can't believe it still has not happened. Like, y'all, when I was in college in 2000 and wait, in 04, well, I was out of college by then, but regardless, I think I voted for Ralph Nader twice, with the understanding, perhaps misunderstanding, that all the Green Party needed was like 3% of the vote to qualify for whatever, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't believe Ralph Nader didn't get 3%. I still can't believe it. I feel like that shit was that you want to talk about. Well, let me watch my words on this fucking snitch ass platform, YouTube. I gotta watch what I say about all elections of American is 1776, is that is the election of 1784, is that shit controversial? Can I not discuss the questionable outcomes of the 1784? Like I mean, it's again a reminder of where we are in the dystopia. You can't even have legitimate, honest conversations about recent history when there was questionable shit afoot in elections that did not involve Donald Trump, right? God damn, I can't stand it here. So, Vesper, to answer your question, for Senate, I'm gonna be voting for me. And for president, I'm gonna be voting for a third party candidate. I will not vote for myself, nor will I cast a vote for a rapper this time around. In the presidential election, I'm gonna vote for somebody that's either on the ticket, or I will write somebody in, but I will be writing in a third party candidate for sure.
Next up, can we get a t-shirt with a I love Baggy on it? And if she says no, I will be selling them. I design them, and sell them.
Who said that? You?
No, 2Fs.
French. Oh, Freddie French. I'm gonna actually Bagheera might be my TikTok content. I haven't. Molly was kind to put. We have a handful of stuff on TikTok, but I'm more of a TikTok consumer than a creator. But I'm thinking Bagheera might be my in. She might be my in to TikTok content creation, because how many people have 15-year-old pit bulls? I'm guessing a few, but not a whole lot. So no, I'm sorry, Freddie French. I don't have any baggy. That would be cute though. Oh, and you would get one, Freddie. You would get a I love Bagheera t-shirt. That would be hilarious, man. Anyway, let me not be macabre. I was thinking, when Bagheera goes up to yonder, wouldn't that be wild if people started doing that shit? Put their dog's face on the t-shirt with the fucking angel wings. I'm sorry, that's rude. Let me shut up. Would they birthday and depart the Lord? Do people do that? Let me not mock those that honor their fallen, but shit. Anyway, that was number 9. Thank you, Franny. What's up?
That was it.
That's it. Okay, we didn't even make it to 20 questions. Fantastic. Well,
you want me to just scan for just random questions, or you
if you think they exist. Now, I don't want us to be scraping. We ain't beggars out here, Will. You know what I'm saying?
I bet. So that's it. Thank y'all for y'all participation
out here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got big. We gave y'all we gave folks a hashtag. They niggas had questions, or they didn't have no fucking questions. If y'all didn't have them, that's cool. I appreciate the questions we received. They were excellent. They were insightful and appreciated. And I thank you guys for these hashtag Ask Him questions. And thank you guys for being understanding. I was grumpy, not pleased, not generally, but definitely not pleased with what happened today with brother Marcellus in Missouri. So I appreciate you guys being understanding. So please join us back here on Friday. Did you have anything else to add, Wilbert?
No, I want to thank Commuted for the super chat as well. always coming through. We appreciate you, Commuted.
Thank you, Commuted. Thank you.
Wherever you are.
Thank you so much. Oh, guys, I'm not doing Twitch Turn Up tomorrow. I got something I need to do tomorrow evening. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be available to do Twitch Turn Up. Haha. It's me telling y'all the truth. Not lying and say, hey, y'all tune in and knowing I got something to do. No, I got something I got to do tomorrow, so I can't do the Turn Up. So catch us back on Twitch Turn Up. Wednesdays over there on Twitch. Wednesday evenings, usually it's when we do it. But join us tomorrow for Women's Wednesdays on the Remix Morning Show, Black Liberation Media, starting at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. We appreciate all the remixers, all the Fire Fammers, all the I Mix What I Likers. I guess those are remixers too. And all the, what are they called? The EYL listeners. Are they back together? Like, is it show? You know what? I'll ask later. I'll go to the source and figure that out. I have no clue. So anyway, I don't have a problem checking it out. Thank you so much to our wonderful mods. Thank you so much to Lateef, Courtney, Tyler, Anna, Abs. Oh, Donnie Bird. I forgot Donnie. Afraid Not. Dawn's a mod too. I forgot Donnie. So thank you guys so much for doing all that you do. Thank you so much to Mama Lorraine. Big up to Will and Molly. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see y'all back here on Friday, gang. Don't forget Classical Breakdown with me and the Ear Doctor, 11 a.m. Eastern, Thursday. I'll see y'all back here Friday. Deuces, you guys. See y'all later. Take it easy. Peace.